G'day, welcome back to Let's Keep It Real. Today we talk about Labor's tax lies. Before the last election, the Prime Minister made a promise, over and over again, 50 times, maybe more. No new taxes on housing, no new taxes on investments, no new taxes on family savings. That's what he said. That's what Labor promised. And Australians believed them. They voted on that basis. Now that same government is legislating billions of dollars in new taxes on housing, on investments, on entrepreneurship, and on family savings. That's not a policy difference. That's a lie. A deliberate, calculated lie told to the Australian people to win an election. And today I'm going to prove it using Labor's own numbers. Labor has introduced what they're calling the most significant tax reform package in more than a quarter of a century. That's their words. It changes capital gains tax, it changes negative gearing. It affects millions of Australians. Now you'd think a package that significant would come with proper consultation, proper modeling, proper scrutiny, months of public debate. Instead, Labor allowed only a matter of days for examination. The Senate was asked to vote on legislation with almost no time to read it. Why the rush? Because Labor knows what's inside it, and they don't want you to know. Before we get to the numbers, let's talk about what Labor said this was all about, because the story kept changing. First, they said it was about intergenerational equity. Then someone pointed out the changes actually lock in benefits for the older generation. Then they said it was about making housing cheaper, but their own budget papers said the changes would mean fewer houses and higher rents. Then they said it was about taxing investment income the same as wages. They dropped that too when the truth came out. And then the Prime Minister said the whole budget was actually about combating populism in politics. Combating populism. That was the excuse? When your own Treasury Secretary gets her figures wrong and officials can't tell senators how much revenue your own changes will raise. You don't have a tax policy. You have a political problem dressed up as one. Here's where it gets serious. Labor's own budget papers admit that these tax changes will result in approximately 35,000 fewer homes. Fewer homes, not more homes, fewer during a housing crisis when Labor is already projected to miss its own targets. When you tax something, you get less of it. It's basic economics. Labor taxed investment in housing, so you get less investment. Less investment means fewer homes built. Fewer homes means higher rents. Economists project rent increases of up to $160 per week. Young Australians already struggling are looking at paying $160 more every single week in rent because Labor drove investors out. And now those same young Australians trying to build a deposit the hard way? Labor wants to tax their savings and shares too. Higher rents, higher taxes on savings. At the same time, that is not intergenerational fairness, that is intergenerational theft. Labor announced major amendments to their own tax bill after the Senate inquiry had finished, after the committee had concluded its hearings. Treasury officials could not tell senators how much revenue the capital gains changes would raise separately. Why hide that? This is not transparency. This is contempt. Contempt for the Senate. Contempt for the Australian public. And then there's small business. Australia's tax competitiveness already ranks poorly. Business investment is at 30-year lows. The small business carve-out is a con. Most get nothing. Now you need bureaucrats to decide if you're innovative enough. The Prime Minister said his word is his bond, his word is worthless. Labor can't manage money, so they come after yours. Australia has experienced the largest fall in living standards in a generation. This budget locks in $50 billion in higher taxes. No Australian voted for this. They weren't given the chance because they were lied to. If you're a renter, this bill will cost you. If you're trying to buy your first home, this bill works against you. If you're a small business owner, this bill punishes you. And every Green senator who voted for this lied to their voters who thought they were electing people committed to integrity. They voted for higher taxes, higher rents, fewer homes. This is what happens when you trust Labor with your money. Now you know. Share this video. Someone in your life needs to hear it. This has been another video of Let's Keep It Real. We care about sovereignty, truth, and faith. Find us on YouTube, Facebook, X at Let's Keep It Real 2026.